Like if you look at the place, the place has been placed. You see, because again, it's two places.
Right.
But really, it's three places. Two you'll be able to see, and one you won't. And this will go round and round until the entire planet is cleansed, and heaven will be pulled down to the blue rock, and Anu will make this place his home. Mm-hmm. There will be no more pain. There will be no more suffering. There will be no more tears, unless they are tears of what?
Joy.
Joy. Mm-hmm. That's when a family that is in the sky, listen, will start to come what?
Yeah.
Because you have ascending and what?
Descending.
You have pushing and what?
Pulling.
These things, like, okay, what separates man and woman?
Just the attraction.
No.
The descending and ascending energies.
Okay, no.
Yeah.
It's extrovert and introvert. One is going in and one is coming out. One is coming down and one is going what?
Up.
Up. And this goes round and what?
Round and round.
Round and round. And the mirror sits in between, listen, you and a reality. Okay? Because the mirrors are not true mirrors. We have to get true mirrors, and then we have to get black mirrors. First we have to get black mirrors, then we get true mirrors. Because the black mirrors are designed so you can black out your equipment when you need to. You have to be able to turn your equipment on and off, listen, as God. You follow me? Mm-hmm. And this has got to be done in a way by which, like for instance, what makes you God now is that when there isn't a meeting place, you can create one.
Create, exactly.
You see, in your equation, you see it going round and round. Now, the reason our people don't see a result of the alchemy is because they haven't been taught what it is you are coming to know. The reason you are coming to know this is just like push-ups in exercising. You have exercising and then you have exorcism.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, sure do. It shows similar.
Okay, now, exercising. Let's define what exercising is. What is exercising?
Exercising. I'm saying getting a physical workout. I'll get the definition right now.
Right. So get the definition. And see, what we'll be doing is we'll be teaching our people the alchemy. See, because the sun does not what?
Set.
Nor does it what?
Rise.
It sits in one what?
One spot.
Meaning it does not what? Move. But it appears to what?
Move.
And appearances are necessary. How do you know?
Well, they say seeing and hearing is knowing.
Wow. Seeing and hearing is not knowing. You follow?
Yes.
Because the eyes, they what?
They can fool you sometimes.
They lie.
Yeah.
Meaning, in the eye, you can see illusion and perceive illusion to be what?
True.
Real.
Yeah.
Okay? Now notice how I say real, you say true. Now true starts with what?
T.
Real starts with what?
R.
And then there's you. That sits in between. Watch. T and R. So you have R-U-T. Right? Which spells what?
Right.
Again. And there are grooves that are equivalent to ruts. Now, but a rut can be somewhere where you're stuck.
Yeah.
And you see absolutely what?
Nothing.
And you hear absolutely what?
Nothing.
But that lets you know that hearing and seeing, watch, are not all the times what?
Right.
Ready?
Exactly. Yeah.
True.
True.
Now notice, wait. Are you understanding what just happened?
Yeah.
You went to, at first it was real and true. You said true, I said what? Real.
Yeah, you said real. Yeah.
Right? So you have R and T, right? And then it went round.
Yeah.
Watch now. So there's two R's now,
Yeah.
right? Round. And then it comes round yet again where I say T and you say what?
R.
R. Okay?
Yeah.
Are you understanding
Yeah.
thus far?
Yeah. Yeah. I understand.
So watch. And everybody, how should I say, equates real with what they see and what?
Here.
But what about what you feel? And what's more, because the God man, he doesn't need his eyes what?
To feel things or see things.
Right, to feel it. It's vibration. Your vibe is your tribe. You attract. Watch. The energy of that which you what? Ready? Are. If you are, and at the same time you are what?
Are not.
Then are you?
Yes. Well, yeah. I say
Yes, and
yeah.
what?
And no.
And no.
Mm-hmm.
You see? Now the yes and the no have got to become, listen, one. Where yes and no meet at a meeting what?
Place.
That is then placed in proper position perfectly and permanently with a precision that is precise. Absolutely right. Where there is no flaw or flaws. Now watch. Flaws and flaws. F-L-O-O-R and F-L-A what?
W.
Now see that W?
Mm-hmm.
That W will go round and what?
Round and round.
Until it becomes one. Now, one is spelled W-O-N
Mm-hmm.
and one is spelled O-N-E. Okay? Because what you're producing is the who or what?
Symbol.
The most powerful symbol of all, which we have yet to see. Okay? Because we have to see our what? Symbols. Our symbols define and redefine truth and real, separating them from illusion that has an ill will. Because free will, just like they say, Freemasonry, a Freemason, first off, what is a Mason?
Being that vibrates on the circle and square.
Okay, watch.
Or the
Now
square.
notice, what is a Mason? Then we go to watch. And keep in mind you have the watchers. I told the brother the other night, and I'm telling the entire nation now, I want everybody in this nation to get a book written by Dean Koontz. Dean Koontz. It's called The Watchers. The Watchers is a book that I want y'all to read to your children, because it's a very, very well written story. Now notice I said well written what? Story. Watch now. And they say the greatest story of all is about the crucifixion. My what? Fiction. Now when you say crew, what are you saying?
That's a Latin word.
Crew is like people who join together, listen, to cooperate in a common unity, through and by way of a common what? Unity, to build something that they must first, in order to build, have a place to put it. And the only way you can have a place to put it is you have to destroy that which has been built by our adversary and has been placed in position now for 6,000 what?
Years.
Because the devil was given one cycle, ready, to rule. And rule, watch now, is spelled R-U-L-E. R-U Lee? Are you annually? Are you unusual? Follow now, because it's going to go round and what?
Round and round.
Are you Lee? Are you one of the Levitical priests put in position, who wrote the books of what? Leviticus, that were Levi. Listen, because all of the tribes were removed except for Judah and Dan. And the tribe of Levi existed no what?
No more.
So, Lee, because of the polarities, are not pushed into the proper what? Positions. Because the polarities are in their improper positions, because opposites are what? Attracting through the laws of what? Magnets. If you take a positive side of a magnet and a positive side of a magnet and push them into facing each other, you have to realize that facing is to face one and what? Another. One another. To look each other straight in the what?
Eyes.
In the face.
Yeah.
And to realize by looking in the eyes if your partner is true and real in their positioning as the liaison or spokesperson for our nation. Because always know that creation created many things. Creation created what? God and the what? Devil. Which were dualities that were not realities. Because there was one you could not see. Right?
Yeah.
You were taught first about God and the what?
The devil.
Then, as time went on and on, like Erykah Badu did, because go on and on and on and on.
Till the early morning.
Now you have to know that every song we sing and have heard came down to the writer of the song through a muse. What is a muse? A muse is the inner voice of a writer. It's the voice that speaks within, coming from the mind. And you have mine, mine, and mine. And you're going to mind somebody. And it has to be through a free will what? Offering.
Yeah.
That is done without complaint. That is done without coercion. Do I have to coerce you to be right? And then you have to establish, well, what is right and what is wrong? How many really know? Just like, what is love? And what is life? How many really what?
No.
No. You have many who are walking around today who know not love in any way. They know an illusion of what?
Love.
They know what love has come to say. And we know real is not in the talk. It's in the walk. And it's never in the way. It's always right on time. Its position is placed permanently with a precision the right way. Because you have a cause. Each of you would like to say, but what causes you to act that way? What causes you to feel what you feel? To then take that which is real and to cause it fake, or to call it, no doubt what I just said, to cause it fake, which is to call it what? Fake.
Yeah, pretty much.
But you have a cause and a cause which should become a common unity amongst us all through a free will what?
Often.
That cannot be coerced. And when you say coerce, now you're saying influenced. That puts things in place. Is it through becoming influential or insequential? See, because there are 3 reincarnates. And we are a reincarnation of people. That many here today don't want to see or hear the truth, which is real, that comes through and not from, because it's not coming to you from me, it's coming to you through me, flowing like a river. And that river is the river called Dar. Inna shani'akahul avatar. Inna ota'inaka called Dar. Fisalli rabika winha. Inna shani'akahul avatar. You hear that avatar part? Avatar means to be cut off. Huh? Inna ota'inaka called Dar. Surely there is a river of what? Abundance. The surah called Dar is the shortest surah in the entire Quran. And when you say Quran, you're saying the 2 readings. Because you have the Quran and you have L's Quran, written by Dr. Malachi Z. York. Our Father, who art in heaven, holy be thou, what?
Name.
Is what I said 2,000 years, what?
Ago.
Because I said, get up, as they fell at my feet and started to worship me. I said, no, do not pray like that. Rise up, O children of Israel. Rise up, O children of Ishmael. Rise up, O children of Ishmael. Rise up, O children of Israel. Rise up and realize that you are not the lost anymore. Because I am here. I am now. I am real. In a very real way. Divine love personified at its highest place, having been positioned properly with a precision that is precise and is now permanently here and what now personified, that you all must come face to face with at a particular time, which is broken down into units. You have seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, years, decades, and centuries. And in Hollywood, which is Merlin's Holy Wood, they have 20th century.
It's a Fox, too.
What? Just like you have Fox 5. And they say, you must be clever as a fox. Because the devil has been quite clever in ripping your families and your familiarities forever apart, where home is not an apartment. But it is meant for you to listen, compartmentalize. Compartmentalize. Now, because you have the goat of Mendez, which is a symbol of the devil, a 5-pointed star that has a 6-pointed star that is intertwined, just like many of you are. And I'll say, oh, you are.
Oh, you are.
Intertwined amongst each other. O children of Israel, O children of Ishmael, who are no longer the lost sheep of the house of Israel, that I came in search of only 2,000 years ago. Only 2,000 years ago, which was a long what? Time. And if my wife says to me, dinner will be ready soon or shortly, and shortly it is to come, it should not take 2,000 years. Because my coming is as soon as the distance between your two fingers. And soon means shortly, which indeed should not have taken 2,000 what? Years. Because look how much time has been wasted. Look at what you could have done in 2,000 years. If, that's like if my uncle was my aunt.
Yeah.
If was a fifth. And if a bumblebee had a piano stuck up his butt, there'd be music in there that you might find quite amusing. Placing laughter everywhere. Because laughter is good for the soul. But can laughter exist solely by itself without tears that come from and through pain? And pain is the one emotion when experienced that will cause you all to do a very divine what? Thing. If nothing else, it will cause you to focus. Because pain is the one emotion when experienced that has a way of getting your full attention. Because that's when you start to take it personally. And I've told you all that many are going to start dying very shortly here now. First through conventional means, meaning car accidents, bullet wounds, stabbings, cancer, causing pain to be placed in many positions. And it does not become personal to you until it strikes in your home, which many of you have not, for you are living in apartments that are not meant to be. Called homes. Because home is where the heart is. And love is life. And how long must the lost be lost and not come to be found at any place by which it is permanently put in place? The whole entire human what? Race. For no one wins the race in racism, but you have to exercise exactly to extract the pus that is not a plus. Because an extraction is a pulling out of something. That has become infected.
Yep.
And as a patient, seeing a doctor, if you have a wound on your arm, just like you have arm, leg, arm, and head. Notice now, arm, leg, arm, and head, which spells out Allah. And I don't want to get too ahead of what? You. Placing it in position right now. Because you all have been lost for too long. And now you're coming to be found. Like profane came from profound and then became cursed words that were at one time blessed words. And you might say, why and how? And I will say, because they expressed the very most. It wasn't until, listen now, the 11 tribes of Canaan, who came from us, people of color, producing non-colored beings. And you all might say 6 ether, 9 ether. And I will say either way. Ether is either and neither here nor what?
There.
If indeed, police, listen, police are not put in place. And you'll say, police, and I'll say, at some place, but not the police who are only here pretending to protect and what? Serve. But only are police because they continuously mess with the poor and the least of us, the oppressed. Which sits opposite those who are not being oppressed, those who have the best jobs, those who have the best opportunities. And you would say equal opportunity, and I would say, oh Lord, have what?
Mercy.
And bless their what?
So,
Heart.
Hearts.
Bless your little heart. Because I'm sure if you knew better, you could produce better. And it's obvious that you all have been lost a very long time now. Which is a sad thing.
Yeah.
Because to be lost is not to be found. But what should make you happy, because you have the God happy, which is happening. If you but let yourselves experience true happiness now, by becoming no longer the lost, but becoming the now found, no longer called the children of Israel, that was placed into position by a deception produced by a woman named Rebecca, causing the men of our nation to become Rebeccites, which is not so nice, or oh so nice, or oh so right in any what?
Any way.
Because the Black Panthers have become meow and not raw.
Right.
Meow and not raw. A sound that determines through a determination as a nation just who and what your men really what are. Meow is the sound of a little pussy what?
Cat.
How you doing, man?
And without question, meow cannot be profound
Right.
or found in a place or position anymore. Because the first shall become the last, and the last shall become the first, if you but last. O Nubian man and woman, O people of color, O no longer confused, standing for profusion instead of confusion, because profusion is the acceptance of unity, which will come through you and I.
Right.
You and I have an overstanding. The sound of black ivory. That came to be ebony and what? Ivory.
Yeah.
That caused confusion and chaos, which are all C words, and you have C. O children of Israel. C. O children of Ishmael. C. A conformity. That will only come through proper cooperation. Common unity in the minds and the hearts of us all. Because the first shall become the last. And the last shall become the first, if indeed the polarities are reversed. Meaning that which is up high now must come what?
Down.
And that which is low must rise.
Rise up.
O children of Israel, must rise. O children of Ishmael, must rise and no longer be deceived by a Rebecca, causing your men to now meow instead of rah. Rah! Coming through pain of having been oppressed for 400 years. Coming to rah and rise through having been oppressed by an oppressor. Through a Willie Lynch syndrome that is now bringing about the terror dome, the wheel that is worse than your hell and your fabrication of what hell is coming through the very fabric of your universe. And you might say, hello, and I'll say, no, oh hell. And you might say, hello, and I'll say, no. Tabernacle of the Most what?
High.
O children of Israel what?
Hell.
O children of Ishmael. No longer lost, but now what?
Found.
If many of you just don't say, oh, what the hell? How can I? When will I? Where will I become? Because the caterpillar becomes the what?
Butterfly.
The piece of coal becomes the
Diamond.
through a black rock. Having been placed under thousands of pounds of pressure through the caterpillar entering a cocoon, which is a cell, an incarceration, cocoon. C-O-C-O-O-N. O children of Israel. O-O-N. O children of Ishmael. O-O-N. O children of El Men Ra. Rise, O nation of people. Rise, O nation of Nubians. A Nubian now, being that which you was created to be. Rulers, establishing and redefining and re-establishing divine order, divinity at its highest. Rise, O children who are no longer lost, because I am here and now amongst you, living, breathing, and I can bleed just like anyone else. And how long? Oh, black man, how long before you get the message sent to the black one? Through the honorable Elijah Muhammad, through Rasulullah Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, coming through a Quran, which is a true reading situation, because you have a Quran and now you have El Quran. We're in the Quran here, written and translated by Yusuf Ali. The first surah we know is Bismillahi ar-Rahmani ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Ha! Woo! Baby, please. Ha! Talk to me. Talk to me. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmani ar-Rahim. Maliki Yawmaddin. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدينا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين صدق الله العظيم. Woo! The two readings, first being called the Quran, then having to be properly translated, word for word, verbatimly, a painstaking undertaking that was designed to get you to rise. Well, now you have the second reading that when you open it, it doesn't say Bismillahi ar-Rahmani ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmani ar-Rahim. Ah! You have Shaddah. Is fire. Shaddah is amongst the flames. And they say hell is a burning fire that sits beneath you. Because what has become beneath you is Ohel, the tabernacle of the Most High, which is in the center of this place, where you have your surface dwellers, you have your Nubian man and woman, and you have your Canaanite, and you have Ashtar Command. Because what sits in between God and the devil? what sits in between good and evil? What sits in between heaven and hell?
So?
What sits in between good and evil? What sits in between God and the devil? What sits in between light and darkness? Because to be blind is not to see. And there's a difference between shadow and darkness.
Yes.
Shadow is created by light, traveling across an object. It is given birth to by way of white light. And white light travels a straight line until they came to create fiber optic. And you have optical illusion. Because the eye and the eyes refuse here today to become the we and the us. To rise and rise. Because you have cons, artists who have come amongst you, so much so that you can't see what's real anymore. And if you want to do better, you must do more. Like in more. Moreno. No more confused, but standing for profusion, knowing it is universal law, standing higher than the laws of the land, standing higher than the laws that were created here today by the devil. Where you have the President of the United States, who they call the Commander-in-Chief. A Commander-in-Chief who comes through 10 commandments that were no longer or ever meant to what? Be if the first commandment was not a divine order. Because we are Zedekiah priests of the highest order. Standing much higher than the overstanding of many of you, I'm sure. Because many of you don't even know what a Zedekiah priest is. And what the order of the ancient mystic order of Melchizedek is all about, coming through the sons of the green light. The sons. The son. The son of man. Now. Who is one with my Father of the who it is I am. Enjoying the mind now, which is not telepathic communication. Because telepathic communication can be disrupted, interrupted, and corrupted. just like the Bab or the gateway can be a stairway to heaven or a stairway to hell. And I'll say, hello, oh hell, or hello, oh hell, oh hell, oh, hold up now until you overstand. Because if not, you will continue to be lost, continue to be no longer found, continue to be driven into a place of disruption, disharmony, corruption that's harming the many in your homes and apartments right now. Oh Lord, have mercy. I cried to you, oh Anu, to have mercy on them what? Oh, for they know not what they do. Surely, you are a merciful God. Surely, you are the Most High. And I cry to you, oh Anu, to bring down that light of love. Let it shine on them now. I cry to you, Anu. Real tears. Because Rashua El, he weeps here today. In a way by which many of you don't know. As my labor of love continues, and will continue until I'm dead and gone. If indeed your love doesn't keep me alive and make me want to stay, because I told you all, it is expedient that I leave you. Because if I don't leave you, comfort will not come your way. Because growth is not promoted through a state of comfort. Growth is promoted through a state of discomfort, meaning you're going to be very uncomfortable as I push you all up that evolutionary ladder here in the latter day. That ain't the latter-day saints. That's ancient, the ancient mystic order of Melchizedek, of the Zedekite priest, of the who it is I am forever after the order of Melchizedek himself, who is Mel, Z, York, Malachi, my angel. Well, y'all didn't know. I have an angel that was assigned to me. And signifying it by way of Yahya, John, the son of Zebedee. The book of Revelation to you all as a nation that you all are confused as you read here to what? Day. Because you have taken out human nature of the stories. You've extracted the hue from the color and called it taint. Hue is not tainted. It's the silver lining. It's the gold lining that is aligning you all right now. Rise, rise, O children of Israel. Rise, O children of Ishmael. Rise and become the tribes of El men. Rise. The new Black Panther nation. The new Black Panthers, because we are no longer docile. We are no longer meow pussycats. We are rising as men and to see our pain through the alchemy of the child. Through the alchemy of the child, of the who it is I am. For I am the child that they seek for. What will you do when you find the child? The response is, I will protect him with my very life. How will I know indeed I am sharing the child's company with whom it is you all seek? The response is, he will be the being who knows all without having been taught or sponsored. They have declared me a genius in their communities, saying, how did he find out? How does he know? Many are saying, he must die. And others are saying, oh, hell no, he don't and won't. And why? Because you all took an order to protect him. He has freedom of speech. He's not confined to anybody's oath of secrecy. But he knows all of our secrets as Freemasons here to but date. And I've never in this life ever been in a Masonic lodge ever in this life. Not once. Except for a Masonic lodge that was destroyed. And wasn't a Masonic lodge anymore as 707 Marin Street in Vallejo, California, as we reconstructed it, that had a grand ballroom holding 1,100 people. That in the top of this grand ballroom, there was a small crawl space. That me and the real reincarnate of Inhotep, me and the real reincarnate who here today is named David Riley. Day, I call upon you, man. Ha! Come on to me. For you needed. Who at 19 years old in this life, every hair on his head was gray. 19 years old. Here today called Day. David Riley. Rise and raw. Come to me now through the Ankh, which is not spelled A-N-K-H, but it's spelled U-N-C, like an O-I-C. O-I-C. O-I-C through C-C-C, 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 and be free. Because A plus B equals C. And when you see, you are free. Because A is the analyzation and assessment that will lead you to an evaluation. Because the A and the E in the ancient language, the language was ancient to everybody here what? Today. Because many of you still today cannot speak Hebrew, cannot speak Arabic, and don't know what one word what means. You will stand there in your salat and say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim and not know what each word, every word means. Making sounds like they're causing you to meow. Here to what? David. Meow. No longer Black Panthers, hoorah! Meow. meow, little pussycats, meow, docile little, meow, because you're a gentleman, they declared you a faggot, which is not right. Just because I'm a gentleman does not mean I'm a faggot. Just because I, listen, love you, woman, don't mean that you take advantage. I love you with an undying love, one that will never go away. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, I'm always here for you, woman. Loving you for real too, the real way. That you can't see anymore. Because you've been blinded. Becoming Usset and ISIS all over again. Hush a putt. Because you can hush up sometime. Because all that mouth I can do with what? Out is what the God men say. Because men is not spelled M-E-N. It's spelled M-I-N anyway. Oh, daughters of men. Because it came to pass when men began, through the stone began, which is a freezing of useful activity that you must look to, and for the thawing out. Because all that mouth we can do without is what's causing your Nubian man, your black man, your message to the black man to become distorted now, child. Because you have the sophisticated hoe, the one you know, who say, I ain't got to sell my body to get what I want. Why? Because I ain't had that nigga for shit. He just gave it to me. And why? Because he's a fool, and that's what fools do. Yeah, but you implied it, though. You implied that you would give him some pussy. You implied it, though. And what a dirty little game you play. As you try to manipulate the male species of your own race and own kind. Sister, by seeking out assistance from governmental agencies like the welfare, where they said farewell to the Nubian man, the black man, reversing the polarities. But were they? Hold up now. Because little did they know, you must rule before you first serve. And who have the Rockefellers served? You must serve before you first rule. That's the rule. That's the divine order. Else you can do nothing but dictate. Because you haven't walked a mile in the moccasins of your slaves. You don't know what it is. But a servant shall you become unto your brethren, who are the Canaanites, Amorites, Hittites, Hivites, who have a right to, to live. Because they're not asked or commanded, just like darkness is not shadows. The Canaanites were born through us, and it's time that you all know it. And let me tell you something, old black man, old Nubian man and woman, people of color who have become confused because the devil, right along with Ashtar command, because what sits in between God and the devil? What sits in between good and evil? What sits in between light and darkness is far worse than the devil can ever be. Because Lucifer and his team know exactly what they're here to do. They're here to party all the time, and have fun at anybody and everybody's expense. And fun is the first three letters in funeral. And with that type of fun that you all have embarked upon as the delicacies of a harlot who's saying, I don't have to sell my body to get what I want. I didn't ask that nigga for shit. He just gave it to me. Why? Because he's a fool, and that's what fools do. No, but you imply it though, sis. You imply that you're going to let him smell the cootie. Let him taste the cootie and something, poke the cootie in some type of way and the booty, and you don't mind playing that game. Because your honky gave you that dress. Because your honky did you that way. And you stand in the mirror, as you would stand there in the mirror looking over your shoulder at that crack in your back, cause your butt right here, what? Today. And I say, drop it like it's hot. Back it up now. And you say, hold up. And I say, no, you're honking. Honk, honk, you're honking. Honk, honk, was still honking his horn on the other side of the hedges. Now, where your mama couldn't see in the 1930s. Yeah, we know all about you, child. We was watching you full well the whole time with every game you played, every step of the way, everything you done in the dark. Nigga, we know all about it, child. It go all the way back to the Willie Lynch syndrome. It go all the way back to the days of slavery when you and me was living in Master John's what? House. And I became known as John's son. Where you got Johnson & Johnson byproducts now. Where every time Soul Train is playing on Saturday, which has become a Saturday, right what? Now, we would click over to American Bandstand. Yeah, we did. And we would laugh our butts off. Because them white folks being there, and they just could not see to get their bodies to match up with the beat in any kind of way. The beat going boop, boop, and everybody going every which way. What you was looking at is how them white folks fuck. You didn't know. Which is why they have become a barren nation. Which is why they have become unfertile creatures. And which is why their male species, their sperm is an abomination. See, albino what? Nation. That has infected you now, child, to the point that you can no longer see me, because you done said farewell to your husband, the one who really loves you. You done said farewell to the black man, to the Nubian man, who's there for you no matter what you do, loving you as you became that sophisticated whore. And you say who, and I'll say you, because who is spelled W-H-O. And how many times do I got to say to you all, how is it that some people can write a letter that has 2 points at the bottom and can't see that that's a double V? While others of you can write the letter around it at its bottom and know for certain that they are seeing the letter U, seen in its doubled capacity. Whew. Lord have mercy. Because blind and being in triple darkness, are they the same? Because the God-man has closed his eyes. And when them fools tried to initiate, they told me I would enjoy tremendous wealth. Under two conditions. That I would have diplomatic immunity and never go to the penitentiary or to prison ever again. Under two conditions. One, I must enter as an apprentice. and take the oath of secrecy, in other words, shut my mouth, and that they would skip me over, being what's called a worshipful master, and I would become the grand potentate of the entire West Coast region, meaning every chief of police, every doctor, every lawyer, everybody who's in any position of greatness or power in this United States of America, who has a commander and what? Chief. Who sits in the office, the Oval Office of the, United States of what? America, that is an exact replica of Casablanca. Casablanca is house of what? That became the White what? House. Here today, their alchemy, coming down through a pentagram, coming down through politics, coming down and positioned in place. Where you have the Pentagon, and you have Washington, D.C., which is not a city, a state, a town, or a country. It's the only place of its kind called Washington, D.C., and I don't mind dispelling that lie. I'm here to do it. Wipe it clean. It's what a Messiah does as a sacrificial lamb, the sacrificing everything. Because I love you. I don't mind dispelling that lie. Because they positioned that alchemy. Yeah, they did. Just like Bible positioned his on Shaddah Da Road. Ha! You didn't know? Gotcha. Gotcha. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Gotcha with the mover up. Ha! Gotcha the square. Standing on the square with your symbol of the compass in the square that you don't even give the compass proper positioning because you put it at a right 90-degree angle anyway as an illusion to make you think that it was, all about the circle and the what? Square. When indeed it was all about your square and town square. You see, all of y'all who stand on the square, who call yourselves Freemasons here today, you ain't free. Gotcha. A plus B equals C. And now you see, and you are free by the Lamb of the Most High, of the who it is I am, that you cannot and will not place one finger on. Place one finger on. Because I'm the real deal, Holyfield. Ain't you feeling me now? I'm talking to all you good Freemasons who are slaves now. Through the alchemy of the child. I'm turning it around because a servant shall you be under your brethren. Rockefeller, Rothschild, now, gotcha. No longer commander-in-chief, but Pharaoh, the who it is I am, and no, I am not. Tut, I am Tutine. You took my last name off, and I don't like that. And my art of facts follow me wherever it is I go. You didn't know? No, but now you do. Gotcha. 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 Good. Through the ark, the UNC. 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 Fucking you up now, ain't we, man? Gotcha. Watch how I call upon our family who gonna come through a golden gate. Ha! There ain't gold gotcha again, it's orange. Ha! Gotcha. Because he who laughs last, laughs loudest. Ooh-wee. Your days are coming. You and your ashes and ashes and dust to dust. Because what sits in between God and the devil? What sits in between light and darkness? What sits in between good and evil? For this is a three-dimensional world, and you all have been feeding my people dualities that are not realities. And I, the Lamb of the Most High, I and my Father am one. I am the child that you all have been looking for, but you didn't know that he would come through the loins, listen, of the most revered Freemason amongst you, the one who y'all hate the most. You see, that you got locked up now, or you think you do, over there in Florence, Colorado. Supermax Federal Penitentiary. You don't go to Florence, Colorado, Supermax, unless the American government is in fear of your influence. Hear it? Influence, same thing. I'm dispelling your alchemy. I'm breaking the spell of Leviathan right what? Now. Me. I am coming through the house of Malachi Z. York, where in California I'm called Little New what? York. Y'all didn't know. Woo! Go round and round. Piercing those places. Tying the threads. To tie us all back what? Together what? Again. Back together again. The truth is the light, is the joy that we both share. Yeah, ooh. Make love day and night. It's so easy to do when you care. Love will last forever. The feel got to be real. Superland never. And you can surely feel what you feel. Because when you don't know the word, sing Chinese. Niggas, sing the words you know real loud. The words you don't, sing Chinese. Because we in China right what?
Right now.
Right now. They gonna understand that shit y'all don't know. Yeah, they gonna understand it real good. Woo! Yeah. Being delivered to you by the Lamb of the Most High, of the who it is I am. Because I and my Father am one. And can't nobody do what we do. You can't see. Because for real, if there was somebody other than me who could do this here, you would see the fruit of their labor. You would hear Baba inside of them. I put out a CD in Augusta, Georgia at Titanium Records called Atun-Re Speaks to the People. And we got 2,500 hits in the first 15 minutes. Because that was the miracle right what? There. Everybody thought that, listen, I was Baba. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. And Baba was in Gray, Georgia. Locked up at that time. And see, and you all have in your book of Revelations, the chapter 11. Listen, I got the 11th elder sitting here with the right one.
Right now.
Metatune! Metatune! Metatune!
Who?
Metatune! 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 Who? Metatune! 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 Who? You hear it? Who and Hugh? Ha! No longer tainted. Coming round, round, round. No longer meow, meow, meow. But rise! Rise, oh children. The first becoming the last. The last becoming the first. That's right, because we lasted. I got you. Got you. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, and let the dead bury the dead. Niggas, please. Woo-wee. Feel me on this. I feel you. Niggas everywhere. I feel you. I love you too. I love you. Don't forget, I'm for you. New me man and woman, I'm for you. You and 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 you. Oh, nigga, please. foundation, bag it, box it, and put it out there. Hold tight.
Put a new face on an old kitchen. The Home Depot's cabinet experts can reface your kitchen cabinets for a mini makeover in a fraction of the time. And right now, you can get an extra 15% off. Our licensed local experts can get the job done right away. So don't face another year in an outdated kitchen. Try refacing it. Get huge savings now, only at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Offer valid through January 24th, 2018. License numbers available at homedepot.com/license numbers.